Alright, so I caught a panel and then some lady dropped some knowledge. This lady's name is Holly Wolf, right here.
Hello.
Yeah. So pretty much you do cosplay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
For the people who's never heard of you before, don't know anything, can you tell the people what you do?
Sure. So, long and short, I am a cosplay model, content creator, social media influencer, I guess. I do cosplay, modeling. I used to work with Playboy and Maxim, so like a lot of sexier stuff. I do full, beautiful cosplays, but then I like to sex it up, so I do that as well. And I have a YouTube channel, and I'm Twitch partnered. I just do it all.
All that's gonna be linked in the description, so you guys can find her. You know? So like, what we're gonna do is she's on her way out. We're just gonna do a quick question, like get to know her a little bit. So it's gonna be 5 random questions on the top of my head. She's gonna try to answer as best as possible. You cool with that?
Awesome, let's do it.
All right. So Holly Wolf, what's your favorite color?
Ooh, purple.
Purple. Favorite place to visit?
Ooh, Philippines.
Favorite food?
I really like Chinese broccoli, sweet potato, and tofu. I'm vegetarian.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. So does pineapple belong on pizza?
Ooh, no.
No?
How dare you? Who said that?
You're wrong, it does. You are.
Okay. So I love pineapple. So this.
Trigger question right there.
Right, pissing people off. Pineapple does belong on pizza. All right, so that's all we have right now. Just a quick little thing. Right now, I'm gonna clip some clips of the
panel.
No, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that over real quick. I messed up. Someone do this over. Yeah. That's all. Quick interview. Right now, you're gonna watch parts of the panel that she had.
Thank you.
All the information is down below. All right, bye.
We live in a world where like there's so much information online that you can use to become better, right? Especially like tutorials and how to do things and what to use, and it's really, really lovely. But then also be creative, because there's new things happening all the time and new materials that I see really cool things online that you never really think about. But sometimes when you're making something, maybe that doesn't exist. So just kind of, sometimes I have to sit on something for a few days, stare at a cosplay, get a little mad at it, just come back to it, and then all of a sudden like, oh, this is how I can make this part. But yeah, tutorials, man, like YouTube, so wonderful. I mean, maybe if you got a little bit of extra cash, like subscribe to those people on Patreon who, so I always try to make that argument, because I get labeled as a sexy cosplayer. Obviously, it's fine. I am half naked on the internet all the time. It's wonderful. But I get asked that a lot. You know, like, do you think this is okay, or do you think this is appropriate, or how dare you take away from people that build armor? Those people that are looking at those beautiful builds aren't necessarily like looking at the ones that are doing sexy, and vice versa. But no matter what, the amount of crafting supplies, the amount of tutorials, the amount of people making money from PDFs versus Patreon, whatever, all of it is fantastic. And I would just ask yourself, yeah, if you want to completely separate it, right? Or if you want to have them separate, but also they will overlap. Like if you don't want people knowing you do both, right? For example, I have a gardening YouTube channel now, which I'm trying to keep extremely PG, right? So it's over here. But then I have my normal YouTube content, right? Which is over here. They kind of intersect, but at the same time, I'm doing my best to keep this one pretty separate, just because of the nature of it. You know?
Like don't collaborate with other people?
Well, no, that's the thing. Like, oh yeah, of course. Collaborate with people. Be like, hey, I love your stuff. Can we work together? Can we do something together? There's no issue with networking and collabing and all that kind of stuff. But I mean, like, becoming friends with someone just because you know that it can better you, and then once it has, you just leave them in the dirt. I've had that happen to me several times. Like, I kid you not, where I think people are nice and kind and they're my friends. And then I've been like, yeah, let's do this, or here, or I have this contact, or here you go, yeah, for sure. And then all of a sudden, I give them all my knowledge and they're gone. You never hear from them again. You can't be lazy. And if you are lazy, you're not going to make any money. Okay? So it's up to you to work as hard as you can. Without obviously wearing yourself out, but work smart and do what you need to get all your stuff in check. Yeah, I put you are your own motivation in my notes. Yes. So you are your own motivation. So it's up to you to organize and plan and get things done that you need to. Also invest in yourself, right? Have those part-time jobs, full-time jobs on the side because you need income, obviously, to live. But you also need that to help supply what you need and want to start your own company, your own content creation, all that kind of stuff, right? I had to pay for acting headshots and modeling shots, and I paid, to this day I pay photographers. I paid to get beautiful shots of myself to start out so that people could see what I looked like with a professional team. 7 years ago, I was not good at makeup. So I would love to wipe those photos from the internet, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But you need to invest in yourself, right? And that takes time, and it also takes money. Whether it's good, decent camera equipment for streaming, teaching yourself how to edit, buying decent editing software, all that kind of stuff. You need to invest in yourself to make money. Trying to do this full time. Okay, cool, awesome. So, obviously, it's not going to happen overnight. All right, and I feel like that's a big stereotype that we get now, especially with like a lot of YouTubers, and I hear a lot of kids, especially younger kids these days, being like, I want to be a YouTuber when I grow up. Which is a little terrifying to hear. Okay, because it's a lot of work, right? Like I said, I've been slowly kind of changing how I do things for the last 10 years. But I have been doing this for 10 years, right? Because my life is on the internet. So you have to be prepared to work hard. And also, when you're starting out more so, you need to have income somehow, right? You can't just not work and think that you're going to make money right away. It's not going to happen. If it does, you're pretty lucky, right? You're pretty lucky. And it's much better to work for it because those skills that you learn along the way are going to carry you much further, right? It just makes you maybe a workaholic, I don't know, but it makes you a better person and you're able to function better and just get everything done that you need to, right? So nothing's going to happen overnight, and if it does, cool. But I've noticed when I watch people online, when I watch content creators, the ones that are still relevant today, the ones that are, for the majority, pretty happy with their lives too. They have been doing what they've been doing for a very long time and just growing, right? And just kind of switching, changing their crafts here and there because of the trends that we see, like it's going to happen. You have to watch trends and try to, ride them a little bit, not to change who you are though.